Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 14th of October. So what's in store this morning? Well, not a lot actually. It's a bank holiday in 3 countries, Japan, Canada, USA, are all on holiday, which just leaves us, Europe. Europe. So it's Columbus Day in the US, it's Thanksgiving in Canada, and well, what's yen? Yen. Japanese banks will be closing up. So it's a Health Sports Day. I like that one. In Japan there, and then we've got an NPC speaker who's already spoke. No, he's speaking at 1:10 They're due to speak at the Monetary Policy Society of Professional Economists. Oh, crikey! I bet we're all gutted we can't make that meeting, that conference. Did you get an email invitation? I didn't. Thank goodness. Sorry, I'll speak that out loud. Right, okay, so not a lot today in terms of economic data coming out there. Certainly we've seen Trump tweeting that the first phase looks like it's almost there of the deal, and there's happiness in some parts of the world. So on that basis, let's have a look at the technicals. The euro dollar, well, at the moment, strong old day going into Friday, but it's just run out of steam for a moment. Heading back really at the moment towards the weekly pivot. That in itself may provide us a support level. It may just want to come back a bit further, but there's the 21. There's the as I say, the weekly pivot itself, and it may just give us a bit of support just below. At the moment though, technically it's not looking so pretty on this lower time frame. Lower highs confirmed, and having seen quite a patchy old Friday there, but we'll see how it turns, and if it turns. But really at the moment, with the high lows, high highs we'd seen through up until now on the sort of more significant time frame, we could still see this reverse round and continue, but there's little reason from euro side. It's really dollar weakness in a sense. Looking at the pound, well, the pound joyous Friday, and again we've just seen it trying to make its way back towards its weekly pivot, which is a sort of a normal retrace. And again, I would be looking to see how this reacts if it gets down there. It's still got a bit of a distance to go. It may be a move for this morning, but it's really how they react to these sort of levels. If we start seeing a bounce, well, we could be buying for further upside, but at the moment I noticed Barnier's managed to try and put a spoke in the wheel of any discussions and agreements, saying things aren't good enough, and that's about as best he can get. Okay, so looking at the moment like it may be coming down towards that weekly pivot. If we see a reversal around there, I'd be a buyer, but for now I may just be standing out of the pound. We'll see. There may be an option to sell, of course. The yen, well, yen on last week, as everything else was getting a little bit stronger, the yen was softening as the money was going away from safety and elsewhere, and the yen was being sold here. It's triple topped here just about now. Maybe we'll see a reaction again back to the weekly pivot. It's with the other markets selling off, we may be seeing money running back to safety, and again the weekly pivot being an option here. At the moment it may be a reasonable trade towards that as well. We'll see post 8 o'clock, but it's only about 30 pips sitting in it, but there's still 30 pips sitting in it. Aussie dollar again softened down already back to the weekly pivot, just hovering around it. Again, it would be an interesting one to see how it sits around there. Last week it sort of the second half, it was certainly a game of two halves there. Second half of the week pushed up half decently with the rest of the markets. I'm not overly convinced bigger picture, but for now, if there's deals on the table, at some point it could benefit, but for now, lower highs coming through here. If we hit that pivot, actually it'll put a second lower high in, and it does look a tad on the weaker side for now. And finally, the Canadian dollar, last of the majors again. Remember, it's bank holiday, Canadian bank holiday today, edging its way towards the weekly pivot there, back up towards its weekly pivot. So it's remember, it's US dollar, Canadian dollar, so this is as it should be moving. If the others are moving down, this should be moving up if it's correlated. Not too far away from the daily there, and the weekly is just not far above either. This could, and I would be watching this if you was looking to day trade this. It's not a pair I day trade, but a trend line across the lows here in the pattern it's been doing. And if we saw a reversal, that may be the point of a sell point for now. Okay, that's pretty much it. As I say, nothing in the way of significant news. We've got a speaker at 1:10 this afternoon, and that's it. I wish you a great day. Bye for now.